So what do we got today, Benny boy?
Let's start off
Boss
with
Ben.
It's been a wild week in the mortgage industry. There's a lot of headlines out there. So you're going to do some rapid fire first. See if you have any thoughts on them.
Boom, boom.
First off, big news. Matt Ishbia wasted no time after taking over the Suns.
I am so glad that you brought this up. So we've been season ticket holders of the Charlotte Hornets for a long time. Since
they were the Bobcats.
Yeah, since we started working at Quicken Loans, which is not now Rocket Mortgage.
Yep.
We were we got our tickets, buy one season, get one free. They were the Bobcats. They were bad.
It was what?
They were so bad.
13, 14 season?
Something like that. I'd have to look it up. It was a while ago. So anyways, I wish that our owner, Michael Jordan, would act a little bit more like Matt Ishbia and go all in to win. And was this a slap in the face to Dan Gilbert and the Cleveland Cavs?
2 days after he got ownership, he went out there and got Kevin Durant.
And he did what he stayed up all night, apparently. I read this story. So he stayed up all night and made the phone call to his GM and said, get the deal done. I don't care what it takes. Get the deal done.
He knows what he wants.
So the West is going to be freaking tough.
It is. I mean, they were already loaded. But Devin Booker and now Kevin Durant. Come on.
What's that? Well, DeAndre Ayton too.
Right.
They're beast. Chris Paul.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. What's that say about the mortgage industry? We just breed a bunch of winners, and I think it's because
we do.
It's a high pressure industry. So, what does pressure do?
Makes you better.
It makes diamonds, right?
And it makes you competitive.
Extremely competitive.
You know what I would bet?
What?
Watch the Cavaliers the next couple of years. Dan Gilbert is not going to sit still, especially now that UWM is out there.
I don't think that Dan Gilbert can sit still. I think he's got to go after it. He has to go after players. He has to pay some players. He has to get a superstar. He has to draft better. And I think he knows that. I mean, and the Cavs aren't terrible.
No, they're not.
They're not terrible. Donovan Mitchell's over there now, and he's playing pretty well for him. I think that they need to go get some winners. You need a bona fide superstar like Devin Booker, Chris Paul, Kevin Durant, DeAndre Ayton. How are you going to – you ain't beating that.
I am. We've said this ever since we found out about Ishbia buying the Suns. We are excited for this rivalry because it's going to be fun to watch.
For our mortgage industry people, are you watching? Are you paying attention to the NBA now? Because Dan Gilbert versus Matt Ishbia, I think that all mortgage people need to pay attention to that.
They are.
It'll be fun, even if you don't watch every time they play each other. It'll be fun, and hopefully Dan Gilbert. I don't know, he had that health issue where he had the stroke, and hopefully he's starting to recover even more than he was last time I saw him speak publicly. I'm hoping he gets his fastball back.
Yeah, I mean, he seemed to be doing better, but I mean, it's
–
I'm with you. I mean, and I think he will. I think he has it back, so I'm expecting to see that here very soon. The Cavs start to make some.
Well,
some
I
moves.
want the public comments. They hate each other.
Oh, they cannot stand each other.
So I want the public comments. I'm all about it.
Stand each other.
So what else we got going on in the mortgage industry?
I mean, speaking of Rocket UWM, so Rocket's out there, they're now paying penalties at UWM for suing brokers that try to work with both.
So they're paying the penalties.
They are paying. Yeah, they are saying we will pay if UWM comes after you. We will pay all expenses.
All expenses, huh? But what they don't fix is the fact that
UWM will cut them off, and you still can't work with both.
You can't work with both. We have to be able to work with both. Plain and simple. That's my biggest gripe. Hey, United Wholesale Mortgage, I need to be able to work with both of these lenders. They're both good lenders. I know y'all don't like each other, but we need somebody who can rival UWM in case pricing goes crazy. What happens then? And for the brokers or better crowd, I hear you. UWM is the best. They're the best that we've worked with.
That's why we work with them.
But what happens if one day pricing shoots through the roof?
Right.
The reason we're mortgage brokers is because we can control. We have more control than if we work for a lender. We have more control. This put us into a box. So what I think needs to happen is I think a big mortgage broker needs to file a lawsuit. And hopefully the American justice system believes in free competition and says, hey, this is an unlawful contract.
Right.
We're not doing it because we aren't willing to give up that relationship.
Exactly.
But
because they are the best. I mean, we want to work with them. But as of right now, but you're right. What? And we've preached this for how long on this show? Competition makes everyone better.
100%. Competition, pressure, stress, all of that makes everybody better.
The advantage and why we are better as brokers is because we've had that competition. We can freely shop. We make lenders out there who are competitive for our clients' business. That's how we beat them in pricing and fees everything. That's how we offer a better experience.
And every day in and day out, what do? We beat retail lenders. We beat them on closing costs. We beat them on pricing. We beat them plain and simple.
It's because
we're
that
better.
competition
We're
is
better
there.
to work for. We're better to do business with. We're better to get your mortgage through. We're quicker. 15 and a half days on non-new construction. New construction takes a little bit longer because it takes longer to build, right? Like,
And we think that's slow. We're trying to improve on that.
oh, we are. We got big things planned.
We do. Massive things planned.
Huge things planned.
Massive things
We are
planned.
going very, very, very far in this industry, and you're either with us or you're against us. There's no in between for me.
Yeah. I mean, we are. I mean, it's massive. Like some of the things we're doing, I mean, and we keep saying it, is competition makes it better.
Competition.
And that's my issue. I agree with you. My biggest gripe with UWM, I love them. I've loved working with them. But my biggest gripe is the fact that they put that restriction in place. The whole point of being a broker is that freedom of competition, something we can provide that has made us better because of it.
How many brokers right now do you think are still complaining about UWM?
In terms of what? In terms of that contract?
Yeah, in terms of saying you can't work with certain lenders.
Not as many as that probably used to. They are offering so many things, and they have their new title piece. They're now doing construction.
They're the best in the business.
They are, but the way that they're structuring, they're trying to get people relying upon them, and it's working, and it's because they're so good at it. But once that happens, and that's my biggest concern out of all this, is being overly reliant on it. And you're right, like they're going to raise prices, right? They raise their pricing up, or if they do, I'm not saying they will. I don't know what they have planned, but if they do, what is that going to do for the broker channel? Because you've become overly reliant upon them. You've ran out all these other lenders potentially. I mean, we're seeing people go out of business left and right nowadays. It's that could potentially hurt the broker channel. That's my biggest concern and my biggest gripe with UWM.
100%. But I will say this: everything that they've done so far, it seems as if they have really focused on speed, efficiency, and lowering the cost for the client.
Absolutely.
So it would be out of character based on their actions and what their actions typically have been for the past 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, a year to say, hey, they're going to jack up prices, right? I'm not saying that they're going to. I'm saying my biggest concern is, hey, we are so reliant on you and you are so good. But here's my other piece.
That's exactly what
Let's take this out of it. Hey, UWM, you have the choice to say you don't want to do business with us. Okay, I get it. If we do business with someone else, right?
Right.
Okay, I get it. Hopefully that never happens to us. But how about some other lenders step up? There's a huge gap to fill.
There's
right?
a massive one.
Like Home Point is somebody I think about nonstop. Like
they had that opportunity.
They still do. There's a massive gap. Like who is going to be number two? Who is going to be your diversity in the industry from a standpoint for the broker to go and shop around with, right? I think that Home Point Financial, right? Home Point, they're wholesale only. So you have the same claim that UWM does. So you're going to have brokers who like you. Get your technology where it needs to be. If you want to turn around your earnings reports, because I've been watching those earnings reports, they aren't great. They've laid off a bunch of people. You have a massive opportunity to put processes and efficiencies in place to fill a massive need in the industry. And here's the other piece, because that need is typically filled by Quicken or Rocket Mortgage, right? Well, guess what? I can't go do business with Rocket Mortgage because I don't want to lose the opportunity to do business with UWM. UWM just rolled out another new product, a new construction loan, ground up construction, right? That is already better than what Flagstar has, what Go Mortgage has, like from a ease of use.
Yes.
It's already better.
Because of the technology.
Because of the technology and the efficiency and the speed, right?
There's plenty of lenders out there with great people that we enjoy working with. I'm thinking like Cardinal. I mean, there's a bunch of them. But the technology is really what is setting.
Well, it makes it simple.
Rocket and UWM apart.
Well, it makes it so simple too, because at the end of the day, guess what? We are able to get things done quickly and more smoothly for our realtor partners and for our clients. And we get it done better than the retail side can do. The technology that UWM has is the best in the industry, period. I'm not talking wholesale. I'm not talking direct to consumer. I'm not talking retail, big banks, whoever you want to talk to, credit unions, builders, lenders. We are the best in the industry from a technology standpoint because of UWM. Right. And they've inspired us as mortgage brokers to get the best in the industry on our technology. Absolutely. And we are probably 2 to 3 weeks away from rolling out the best technology any broker company has ever had.
We are. Our goal is to have better technology than the UWMs, to be the best out there in the mortgage side of things.
Right. From a broker standpoint, though, because we are not going to a lender.
Right.
Like,
No, we're not.
in our
Absolutely
plans.
no. But we are going to be geared up and have the technology and capacity
To be able to do.
right, as much as pretty much lenders do, but we are doing it from the broker channel because that is where we see the benefit to our clients.
And on top of that,
And our realtor partners,
right.
everyone.
Because if we wanted to get greedy, we would turn into a retail lender.
Absolutely.
And we're just not going to do that. We go correspondent. Like that's if you're getting greedy and you want to pack the, but that's why we beat on a price standpoint. So my bet is this: we will beat on a price standpoint, have better technology, and have bigger margins because we implemented better technology. So we don't have to be greedy. We can still help the consumer, but we'll still do well ourselves, right?
Right.
It's all about helping the consumer. And if we can do that through technology, that would be absolutely awesome.
Absolutely.